All right, welcome back. Let's go around the NFL, talk about some notable free agent signings and also some guys that may not be signed. Let's start with the Redskins agreed to a deal with former Eagles quarterback Ronald Darby. Lions signed Geronimo Allison, former Packer.
No, keep going. Yeah, I'm with E. I'm with E. It's a guy.
Ravens signed ex-Bronco defensive end Derek Wolfe.
I think that's a good signing.
Got to pump the brakes. Okay. Cowboys reached a deal with. Cowboys signed a kicker, Greg Zuerlein, Greg the Leg, and also Dontari Pope.
What is Pope? What is he?
Zero technique.
I mean, I know what position, but what is he as a player? Because he seems to be bouncing around.
He's just a guy. He just never lived up to. I think he was a first round pick.
He was out of Memphis, yeah.
Yeah, and just never really lived up to the hype, man. I don't know if it was injuries.
But Dontari Pope, remember we were talking about off camera. We were talking about scouts going and getting enamored, seeing a guy and a person work out. He's one of those guys.
That's a good point.
He's one of those guys. And you're talking about he didn't live up to.
That's a great point.
Where he was drafted. He should have never been drafted there. He had a good personal workout. He's a freak.
And he was a freak. He went to Washington, didn't he?
No, he went to Memphis. He went to like some.
You know who I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about Vita Vea.
Yep.
Vita Vea might be another one.
Well, he can't stay healthy.
That dominated in college but see, that's part of it. The best ability is availability. So if you get to the league, and then we can even talk about this when it comes to Tua. You know, if you can't stay healthy at the collegiate level, do you really expect a player to stay healthy at the pro level? Now, people do get drafted. Sam Bradford was always beat up in college. He ended up going number 1 overall. Okay. Carson Wentz was always beat up in college. He ended up going number 2 overall. It does happen, but I think it's far more likely that people will gamble with the quarterback than they will, taking a quarterback that's got an injury history as opposed to a different player that's got an injury history.
Just piggybacking on that, those 2 examples that you brought up are quarterbacks who were banged up in college and went to the NFL, and what was their career in the NFL?
Well, Sam Bradford, we know, was always hurt, and so far, Carson Wentz is always, every year we're talking about some type of injury with Carson Wentz.
There's something there. I think there's something to it.
Okay, so Reggie Ragland signs with the Lions.
Yeah, that's a guy.
From Alabama?
Yeah. Another one of them Bama players.
That's not fair at all. They've hit more than they haven't.
Except running backs.
Name who?
The ones that hit?
Yeah, the ones that hit.
Name me the ones that haven't.
Well,
you just got a free one right now.
Trent Richardson. A shitload of running backs.
Right, pretty much all the running backs. Mark Ingram's he's a guy. He's a
but you guys can't sit
guy.
here and talk about running backs. I mean, those.
No,
if you're a horse, you can run through a line that's got 3 yards.
Alabama players are more hit in the NFL than miss, and that's just not true. Name them.
Defensive players.
Name them. And every year they're sending like 6-7 motherfuckers off their defense. Name the ones
wide
that are in the
receivers,
NFL.
offensive linemen, defensive linemen.
Name them.
I don't know.
Drake or Patrick, cut.
Rolando McClain.
Cut.
His ass was damn.
All right, well, who's hit? Let's start easier. Who out of Alabama has hit? Julio is hit. Derrick Henry.
I think
the
other wide receiver y'all got. I think he's going.
Calvin Ridley has hit. Derrick
player.
Henry has hit. Cornerbacks, linebackers,
corners, LBs.
I guess cornerbacks. The guy Minka
Fitzpatrick.
He's hit.
But dude, they're sending 2 or 3 like every year.
But hold on, you're
Dix.
talking about one school.
Yeah,
I mean, Clinton Dix hit.
No, I'm just talking about what you said.
Yeah,
you
they
said
have awesome athletes that come through there.
There are more misses than hits that have come out of Alabama in this last 10 years.
I mean, but going back to what you're talking about, you got to get there, and they seem to get a lot of talent to fill positions. They just reload.
You're changing the argument.
It's not. They have great athletes that go into the league that have more
They're
opportunity.
not good in the league, though. That's what we're talking about. Them not being good in the league. We know they're good athletes. Everybody in the NFL is a good athlete.
Agreed, but we just named 9 guys that were hits.
Dude, they send like 7 or 8 every draft.
It's true.
So we're talking 70, and you can name 8. That's not a high percentage, brother.
I mean,
Yeah, hit the brakes on that shit.
but it kind of is.
It's not.
What other school's sending that many?
Georgia,
Yeah, but how many of theirs are hits?
more than Alabama.
Okay, now we're getting to the root of the question. That's what we're hitting on. We're
That's,
striking that nerve.
you know why? Because
Yes.
that was the thing. Because we were looking at Georgia, like how are they getting all these players in the NFL, and they seem to be better in the NFL than they were at Georgia. That goes back to development. They weren't being developed here. They were good enough to get to the league, and then they get to the league and ball out. But they were just they were good players at Georgia.
Which, Mark
great.
Rick?
Now, what Georgia has, we're developing our players. So we're going to see a trend of our guys being better in college than they are in the NFL, just like Alabama.
I love the
It's a
culture,
development
man. I
thing.
love the culture. But I think Alabama has one too. But I agree with 100% what you're saying about Georgia's.
Yeah, they're getting the best out of their players.
I
They're
agree.
pushing them. The way they're recruiting, and it's not just the guy who's it's the guys behind him. Like you can't take a day off. That's going to make you a better player than you've ever been because the guy behind you is a 5-star, big, fast,
So
strong, just like
Georgia
you.
and Auburn send great players to the league. Back to around the NFL. What else is going on?
Rivers to the Colts.
See, that doesn't move the meter for me. Really.
Is he better than
What
Jacoby
kind of-
Brissett?
Yeah.
All right then. So in your
All right, so
logic,
what's your expectations for the Colts? Nothing.
what do we know what Vegas' over under is?
Did they won a playoff team last year? I don't expect them to be a playoff team this year.
They were almost a playoff team, and in this year's standard, they might have been one, huh? They were in the conversation.
I don't. Phillip Rivers doesn't move. The
I mean,
meter
if it's
for me.
worth us talking about the Colts and Phillip Rivers, I'll
And
look
Phillip
up.
Rivers is
But I don't
not
really
Tom
care. I don't
Brady.
think it makes them a power contender at all. I think it's a better. It's an upgraded quarterback. I mean, I've watched Phillip Rivers live.
Is he an upgraded quarterback
Over Jacoby Brissett, yeah.
in 2020? Not just his name. In 2020, is he an upgrade?
I think he's a slight upgrade if you just want a veteran presence at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to help that team take any steps forward.
That's-
I think there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things that I see when I see that team. All right, so he gets an improved offensive line. That's a plus. But he's not a mobile guy. All you're getting is a quarterback that's seen everything. You're not going to be able to throw anything at him that he hasn't
Right.
seen yet.
Sure.
Right.
He's a slight upgrade over Jacoby Brissett, and if all you're looking for is an upgrade over Jacoby Brissett and a veteran presence, then you got it. But that's the plus side. On the negative side, I see, he's not going to have a talent. He's not going to have a tight end like Hunter Henry. He's not going to have wide receivers like
You have two tight ends.
Mike Williams or Keenan Allen. T.Y. Hilton is always injured, and he's going to be a year older.
Right.
He's not going to have the two-headed monster that he had last year, Aaron Eckler and Melvin Gordon in the backfield. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I think he's a bridge quarterback. I do expect them to draft somebody, and Rivers is going to be that bridge guy. They only signed him to a one-year deal. I think he's going to be that bridge guy. And if they fall off, if they end up being, 4 or 5 wins halfway into the season, I think you'll see the young guy come in and close the door on that Rivers experiment. But I think that's still Tennessee's division to win.
Is Jacoby Brissett still there?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's still
He is still there.
And I think he will benefit greatly
Man,
from
no
this
one
sign.
cares about him benefiting. He's not it. It's the next guy. He's just a guy.
So he can never grow into
He
this
is
for
just a
you.
guy.
All right.
They're not.
He's
grooming
backed
him.
up Brady, and now he's
Right.
okay.
They're not grooming
So he
him.
backed up Brady. He got an opportunity to start. He did nothing as a starter, and now he's being relegated to a backup again. What is he going to learn the second time around?
It's interesting you guys say that.
But just answer my question. What is he going to learn the second time around?
Same thing Jameis gonna learn. Talking about
But don't you think
They
it's
are
more
what they
about
are.
what's being asked of you as the quarterback with your job? Like James was forced to throw the ball deep in that offense.
bad motherfuckers.
I think
are
Jacoby
bad
was throwing it
motherfuckers.
deep too. I mean,
Bad motherfuckers are bad motherfuckers.
I mean, I agree with you, man, but
You'll see glimpses.
confidence
of them
is a
being,
bad month too, man.
You'll see glimpses of them being bad motherfuckers.
I agree
it's
with you.
there. You'll see it. It's not something that you got to be looking all under. And it's the coach. It ain't that. A bad motherfucker. You know it when you see it. These guys aren't bad motherfuckers.
So they don't.
Excuse my friend.
They don't pass.
No,
they don't pass. They don't pass your test.
No, a bad motherfucker is a bad that passes everyone's test. When you see number 99 for the Rams come out there, it's a
Aaron
bad
Donald.
motherfucker. It don't matter what system you put him in. That's a bad motherfucker. Because it's about beating the man in front of you. Doesn't matter what the system is. Yeah, we can find a system to maximize his ability maybe more.
Sure.
But beating motherfuckers in front of you is beating motherfuckers in front of you. And either you can or you can't do it. It ain't the fucking system. Either you a bad motherfucker or you ain't.
But you're also taking a core strength position and attributing that to a quarterback finesse position. And there's a little bit of a difference of just attitude. I'm gonna run you over.
No.
That don't work.
Bad motherfuckers are bad motherfuckers.
I agree.
You see it when you, Tom Brady, even when he was backing up, what's his name?
I agree.
And they brought his beanpole back and looked at him like when they watched him in the preseason. I'll just watch the shit. They watched him in the preseason. They watched him practice. Like, boy, he don't pass the eye test. But when you put him on the field, like he got something. He has something. And they were thinking of when I just watched this the other day, when what's his face went down, they felt very good about putting Brady in. He was like 7th on the depth. He passed like all these people to be number 2.
Right.
Why?
I mean, that's
You a bad motherfucker. It ain't about no system. You just a bad. When I look at it, you better than this dude. That's why you're number 2 now. And you be number 1 if we ain't pay this motherfucker $50 million.
I guess my problem is I'm equating, when you say bad motherfucker, I'm equating it to strength. And I just don't see that working out.
This has nothing to do with strength.
But it pretty much does it every other position.
No, when you go to the
That
basketball
mentality.
court, you can see him. You see this dude out here balling with all these.
I
Like
agree.
that dude right there is a bad motherfucker. He might not be, but he's just a bad motherfucker.
I agree with you.
He might go to a system that doesn't fit him. This dude is playing.
But that's why it's also why it's the ultimate team sport, because even though his mentality, regardless of the side of the football you play on, but less as in brute strength is not winning a quarterback position unless you're
Right,
Super Bowl,
but
right?
you're changing. Jacoby Brissett. Let's just get back on topic. He's not a bad motherfucker. So
All right. So in your opinion, he's done and will not benefit from Phillip
Not
Rivers
saying
showing
he's
up.
done.
I don't see what he's
But
going to
that's
do.
really what I was
By
asking.
being relegated to a backup role for a second time around. He was relegated. He came in the league as a backup. You came in the league in the most structured system in the league, the New England Patriots. You got a chance to play behind a future Hall of Famer. Now, Aaron Rodgers got the chance to play behind a future Hall of Famer.
A little bit longer though. He got
and
thrust
took
into
off.
it.
No, Aaron Rodgers is a bad motherfucker.
But
Period.
was he for those?
That's why he's good.
But all those years before, you don't think that's what turned him into that?
No.
Okay.
It didn't hurt, but you're a bad, because you can have all that tutelage, and then once it's your time,
when you
the
watch
lights
him
are
play
on,
football, it's
you ain't
almost
a
like
bad-
an upgrade of looking in the mirror of how Brett Favre played football.
No,
His footwork was outside the pocket. It was
dude,
he threw some wild passes,
he's
man.
nothing like Brett Favre, and this is a.
We're talking about
that's a
early
good
on in
thing.
his career when he was playing. Yeah, he was a gunslinger, and he still is, and it doesn't work.
Man,
You ain't gonna be able to convince Aaron. Aaron just doesn't.
But
like
it's
Brett
true.
Favre.
you can miss me with that Brett Favre bullshit.
Oh, I didn't know that's where we were.
But you ain't gonna be able to change. He just doesn't like. He doesn't like Favre. He's got a negative opinion about Favre completely. Favre was a bad motherfucker. Right or wrong?
Man, we can't have this conversation. We're gone. You just got through telling me about what a bad motherfucker was, and there's no way you can look at Brett Favre and go, he ain't a bad motherfucker, dog. Come on.
Brett Favre.
What are we even talking about?
Brett Favre is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
All right.
But he's unbelievably reckless. I ain't gonna let us finish this without saying he's unbelievably
But
reckless.
that's what makes him bad.
And that's not what makes him mad.
Come on.
Okay. There's a lot of dudes unbelievably. Tony Romo was unbelievably reckless. Ben Roethlisberger is unbelievably reckless. I don't know why that word is so hard for me.
Not unbelievable.
Andrew Luck is unbelievably reckless.
Andrew Luck, yes, but not. I'm not gonna give you Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger is reckless with the football.
He is reckless, not unbelievably reckless.
Not
There's a difference.
anymore. When he first, the
Roethlisberger?
earlier versions of Roethlisberger was unbelievably reckless. Maybe not today.
Yeah, they saved him a few times. I remember one play that they saved him on specifically.
Do you agree with that?
I don't.
You don't think he's become a better quarterback? That he's become, he's protected the football more as he's aged, as he's grown into the role of being the face of that franchise?
I guess my recollection of him coming in, because I remember when he came in, and he took that team and won like 14, 15 games in a row when he first came in as a rookie, I think. And he was very safe with the ball. He wasn't reckless with the ball. And that's what I remember. I remember because it was like, you've got this great defense.
He wasn't asked to be,
and we're
though.
running the ball. Just don't give it away.
Yeah.
And he did give it away. And then, you know, as the offense evolved and they started, you know, passing the ball more, of course the turnovers are going to go up a little bit
But
more.
he's slinging it now a lot.
Right. And that's
So-
why the turnovers are going up.
Yeah, but that's also why points might go up. I mean, that argument there is
I just don't think he's unbelievable.
we got to sling it to score. I mean, if that's your argument.
Brett Favre would just stand on his back foot, close his eyes, and throw that shit up like a punch.
Come on, man. That's not
He
true.
did?
He did do that.
He did,
But he also
made
did that and
plays
scored.
Like that. He did do stuff like that. Yes.
That's the only way you can be that far out in interceptions in front of everybody.
About, man.
That's
You
the
know how
only
many touchdowns
one.
this dude threw? What are we talking
Yes?
about?
No? There are other dudes who threw that many touchdowns.
No, there really wasn't. When he retired, he like pretty much owned the record book.
Well, there are people who passed
And
him
in your
since then.
defense, he did own the record book and picks thrown too. But he had all the other records too when he retired. Now you can talk
Right.
about it afterwards.
Right,
Fine.
so I'm saying those people that have passed him ain't got those interceptions. They got the yards and the touchdowns.
Come on, man. But that don't mean he sucks.
I never said he sucked.
Yeah. No, you didn't. You said he was a bad man.
I'm just saying I'd rather you take him than I don't want him.
No, I take him. I got a fourth quarter comeback.
You
man.
went on Favre.
I don't know what his quarterback, but it's got to be someone like Elway, Favre.
I can see if he had
I
one
mean,
like
you're talking about
5,
Brady. I mean, it's got to be some.
5.
You're talking about comeback quarterback. Who you taking now? Because
You ain't taking Favre.
hold on. Why not? You need a play. It might work. It worked for him a lot. That's what got him all the records. I need to win. This is my squad. I need to win. What's your fourth quarter comeback
I'm not going to
quarterback?
put in the quarterback who
No,
throws
just
the
answer
ball
it.
up like a damn punt.
Okay, whatever. So it ain't
It's
far.
crunch
Who is
time.
it then?
There's like a million.
No, there's not a million. That's not true. That's not true at all.
There's a million I would pick.
There's 4 or 5 guys that you'll pick from, and I just named a couple: Elway, Brady. Matt Ryan's got a lot of fourth quarter comebacks too. But no, seriously, who else?
Matt Ryan does. have
He
a
does. I agree.
comeback.
But hold on.
I get why you. I get it, but he does.
There's a whole lot of fucking quarterbacks I take before
I
him.
didn't mean to do that. I kind of did,
Nah,
but I
no.
didn't mean to. All right, so but I'm trying to give you a few. So fourth quarter quarterback. Yeah, who have I missed? I don't know.
I don't want Brett Favre. So
Yeah, we've established
You
that.
can keep.
So who is
naming
it?
people. I'm good on Brett Favre.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
All right, so all right, so let me see. So what? All right, so that
And
that's
he
a
has
good
the
question.
audacity to tell you
That's a
you
great
hate your
point.
team.
He's not my team. I don't like him.
I know, but
He's not
that's
that
the
good.
epitome
I mean,
of
he is
hate.
good. He's a Hall of Famer, but he's just. I would prefer 10 other Hall of Famers ahead of him. Quarterback.
Okay, so name the guys that you
Man,
would
that's hard to
take
argue with.
before you got to Favre.
Greg, it's a long list.
Yes,
Is it?
stroke it. Get it.
It's a long list.
What are they then?
It is a long list. It's all the guys you can think of in the 80s, all the guys you can think. It's a lot of guys in the 90s, in the 2000s.
I'm trying to see where you're
all
coming
these current
from.
quarterbacks. I certainly want Breeze. I want the dude that took over for him in Green Bay.
You want Rodgers?
Rodgers?
Yes.
on.
Give me the dude in Seattle.
You want Russell?
I would
Yes.
take. Hold on. Back up.
Because you don't give the ball away
Back up. This is a good one
at
for
a
me.
breakneck speed.
I would take Breeze over him. Okay. Let me see. What was the next one you said?
Mahomes, even though he only been in the league 2
No,
or 3
man,
years. Why? You don't give the ball away.
Longevity
He got
matters.
how many Super Bowls
You
does
talking
he? How
about
many
great
Super Bowls does
quarterback?
Brett Favre
Man,
have?
it just matters, dude.
How many does he have? One?
One.
Give me Mahomes.
How many does Mahomes have?
One. Give
All
me
right,
Mahomes.
then.
Right. So I'll take Mahomes. You take
But there's no
Favre.
point behind that. They're
All right.
both good though.
I'm gonna throw out some
And
names.
if it wasn't for Brett Favre, there probably wouldn't be a Mahomes.
Man, fuck
I'm gonna
it.
throw out some names. And obviously, I'm gonna talk about the guys that we watched play in our era. So I won't talk about guys like Johnny
All right, go.
Unitas, Sammy Ball, and those guys.
Yeah,
Right?
they ain't winning anyways. Let's go.
All right, and then you tell me when you tell me if you take them over Favre.
Right.
Okay, if you're starting your franchise. All right, so we know we know that everybody thinks Brady's the greatest of all time. So you obviously gonna
Right.
take him. Everybody but me, but all right.
Right.
So Montana.
Yeah.
Come on. Don't even ask me silly stuff like
No,
that.
we're just
No, I'm
talking
gonna go
about.
by the list.
Right, I know.
Elway.
Come on. Right.
Peyton Manning.
Yes.
No
Yes.
You would take Peyton Manning over Favre?
Yes.
Yeah, I would too.
Yes.
But here,
Absolutely.
but
The
keep
guy,
going.
the guy that could not win a championship.
Now see, you want to talk about getting a bad rap because how many of those years that
You wanna get into it?
Peyton
I'm
Manning
next.
Hold
took
on.
his team and they were The reason that they lost ain't have shit to do with what the offense did. They couldn't get a stop.
I'm sorry.
Peyton Manning didn't win a lot of those big time games against the Patriots and whatever because their defense wasn't good. It wasn't because the offense didn't score.
That's because of the salary cap era. They kept surrounding him with weapons.
Right.
They had to make sure that he always had an offensive line
Every
to keep
year.
him upright. They wanted to make sure he had a running back that did exactly what he needed. They always made sure he had 3 elite wide receivers and an elite tight end. There's only so much money to go around in a salary cap on a team with a hard salary cap. So when you're going to give all of the resources to the offensive side, you're going to have to sacrifice somewhere.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
You have a blueprint. You have a team that you're playing against. You have an organization that you're playing against who doesn't do it that way. So you have something to look at to say, well, the way we're doing it and the reason we can't get over the hump might be because the way we're doing it. Maybe we need to change our mode of operation to match what this team is that keeps kicking our ass. Just a thought.
Hey, I agree with you. Why
You
not?
can't, just
Why
the
not do
same
that?
thing y'all do, you're loading up with all the damn money on the offensive side of the team. You can't stop anybody.
Don't go too far. Don't go too far.
I know. I'm just saying, but that was the issue.
But he
But
did
that's
just
what
talk
they did.
about
They continued
nucleus.
to surround Manning with weapons,
Right.
and in a
Yeah.
in a hard
Right.
cap-driven league,
Right.
at some point something's going to have to sacrifice. When it came to Indianapolis, they were saying, "Okay, we don't have to play smash mouth football. Our quarterback is good enough to if we gonna give up 30, our quarterback can get 40."
Until you get in the playoffs. And then that shit slows down, you can't do that. You need to stop somebody.
All right.
You have to stop.
You're gonna have to stop somebody.
But all right. So
Cut.
Marino,
Hold on. No, oh yeah, we're on the list, aren't we? Marino over Favre.
Of course.
why the hell is the list?
Hold on, let me think about that for a second. No, I wouldn't take Marino over Favre. No.
You wouldn't take Marino over?
No.
Why the hell is the list stop? Hold on.
Yeah, we don't need to add no more because I'm gonna keep saying it.
You go. I think we get it. You gonna keep saying.
I want to hear the 10 though. I really do want to round this out.
So
Because
you
I think in your mind that's around where it's all right, Brett Favre. And I want to know where that in your head.
I get
is.
what you're saying, but it's further than 10.
I mean, you can take all the hate out. I still just want to know at what point do you go.
So he just said Russell Wilson.
It's further than
Aaron
10 because I
Rodgers.
have so many of these current
You
guys.
got current guys.
I just want to know.
You got Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, you got Drew Brees, you got Brady, you got Marino, you got Elway, you got Montana,
Manning.
you got
Manning. I guess we are kind of getting down to
That's what I'm trying to say.
you got Rodgers.
Rodgers.
That's 9.
There are some more quarterbacks in there.
There are some more. There
There
are
are
some
some
more
more
legends.
quarterbacks, yeah.
Would you take a guy like Jim Kelly? Would you take a Dan Fouts? Would you take a
No.
Warren Moon?
No.
Yes,
No.
all three.
You
of
would
them.
take all 3 over Favre?
I'll take all 3 of them.
God damn. Ooh, woo. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I
Next
would.
topic.
Now, all 3 of those
Can I
guys.
cut the camera
but hold
now?
on, all